Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna discuss the upcoming news. Yesterday, obviously, I announced that Pete Buttigieg and Tom Steyer dropped out. And the last 24 hours has been a lot of news coming out of people, going out of the race to surprisingly support Biden since he won South Carolina by a huge margin, right? What was
Yeah,
it,
about
49%?
40, 48.7,
Yeah,
48.9.
48%.
So
And then we all thought that they were gonna stay in, right? I talked to you about this before,
mhm.
where I said that oh no, there's no way that they're all
uh,
gonna drop out so soon
that's the thing
because
about being bought off though, is that because they have to bow to billionaires to get the money,
yeah,
billionaires to make the call, it's over.
yeah. I mean, we all. I mean, there is some rumors saying that I think Barack Obama called Pete Buttigieg and kind of made his mind up. Well, no, I tried to like convince him that he had a little leverage behind what his strategy could be coming to Super Tuesday. Obviously, Pete Buttigieg was on a flight to Texas to campaign over there,
Yeah,
but he got a call, and there's a video of him, right,
shaking.
getting very shook about the call that he
Yeah.
got, and he just went in, and it's like he couldn't believe he got that call, and he just said, "Okay, I'm calling my president off," and he
But
just that was it, right? He didn't endorse anyone or anything, but
not
most people
not
thought
immediately.
no, yeah, most people thought it's because they needed him out to support Joe Biden.
But that was the thing, right? It was just that it's like I said, like once Biden won South Carolina by such a huge margin,
Yeah,
like it's like I said in the last one. I don't know if you put up on the channel. I don't think you did, but it's at this point they needed to something to save him in Super Tuesday. Because I was like, yeah, even if he won, he didn't campaign in any other Super Tuesday states. He didn't have the money.
yeah,
So now he's still in danger of Bernie Sanders blowing him out because Bernie Sanders campaigned in all of the 13 states.
yeah, yeah,
And so with that being said, it's like, will it be enough, or will people see through it? Because it's like I said, it's when you have all these people come out of nowhere and endorse Joe Biden, it's just like it starts to look very suspicious. Where it's just like,
yeah.
so
Like
you
everyone's
all
getting
dropped
convinced.
out at like 24 hours, and then you're all endorse
Yeah,
one particular candidate. Like,
yeah,
come on.
yeah. It's really obvious that they all needed to do something, like you said, and it
Hmm.
seems like this is what they come up with, and
Yeah,
it was the most simple thing to do next. Like they all had to get off their fucking horses because they all wanted to be nominees. That's what they were saying. Now we all gonna go to the convention and make a case for ourselves. Right? Who wins the more delegates? That's the person. No, the more delegates, that would be Bernie Sanders.
yeah.
But we know they're gonna meet. They're all gonna win several delegates, and then they're gonna make a case for themselves. But obviously, that was the dumbest thing ever because that would make Bernie Sanders kind of win since we know that Joe Biden. I think the last conversations that people been having is that Joe Biden has no grassroots movement going on in any of the states on Super Tuesday, right? He
Mhm.
hasn't been campaigning, hasn't even set up a foot there. Most of his offices are closed. There's nowhere to be seen for a Joe Biden in there, and that's because obviously he pulled most of his resources and all his money on South Carolina, and that's why he was able to do so well, right? Because he put out so many ads and said, "This is a win or lose for me. If I don't win here, it's over." And obviously,
Right.
he won in South Carolina, and now everyone's like, "Oh, he won by a large margin. We need to put all the things we have and just
Right, because
make it
like
last case."
they doubted him before. Like they doubted like how good he was going to perform there. Everyone kind of did, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Because everyone thought he was going to be like tied with Sanders
Yeah.
or close. Everyone thought it was going to be close with Sanders like, or tied. And so, but in South Carolina, he did have grassroots. But the thing is that going forward, you're not really going to have states like South Carolina anymore, right? Like that's kind of gone.
Yeah.
Like that was like his one thing. Um, I think the only reason, I think one of the few reasons why they did was because it's a blowout, but particularly because he blew out Bernie Sanders as well,
Yeah.
something that no other candidate was able to do.
Yeah.
And so I think they're just like, okay, well, you're stealing votes away from him,
Yeah.
and Obama is also calling for him. I think that was the one thing that was separate that makes a difference between this and the Republican versus Trump,
Yeah.
because like Obama is coming through calling them, but you didn't really have someone like that on the Republican side. No one really cared about Bush. Like, Bush was long out of office by the time Trump was running for president. Obama, he's 4 years out of office, so he's a little bit more relevant. Um, but it becomes one of those things where, because they have that person that can wield the power for them that everyone likes,
Mm-hmm.
that he can like make calls to Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, hell, even Elizabeth Warren, if he wanted to, say, "Hey, you look at all the supporters you have power, you use it this way." And so he so like that. If that's what the call was, the chances are Buttigieg, even Klobuchar, has probably offered something pretty significant,
Yeah.
um, or not. I mean, maybe not.
I mean,
And
I'm sure everyone got something.
oh yeah, for sure. How significant? I don't know. If anything, I would say Buttigieg probably has the
Who do you,
VP slot.
okay, yeah, I think out of all of them, I think Buttigieg might have that spot secure. If
If
you,
they're crazy with it, it's possible that maybe Sanders has the VP slot, and that sounds ridiculous if he loses. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah, I
if
understand what you're saying, but
yeah, yeah, like if he
they're not
so if
gonna
he
have him
loses,
anywhere, bro. They don't
the
want.
reason why I say that
Uh-huh.
is because it's looking like everyone says it's gonna go to broken convention, right?
Yeah,
And so it's like, if it goes to broken convention and they take it, I guarantee it's a loss. Almost everyone can guarantee a loss. If that happens, I'm not even gonna vote. And I vote in every election that I was able
or
to
for
vote in.
what? If he gets B people, B suit.
So
Never.
if the DNC steals the election, like steals it
Oh,
from,
okay, yeah, yeah.
like if
No, yeah,
Sanders walks in with the
yeah. That's
majority, and
GG. That's over.
yeah, I'm
Like,
not even gonna vote. And I vote in every
yeah,
election I can vote in.
yeah. And usually you're the guy who says, "No, I'm gonna bowl. You don't get it." Yeah, you always
Yeah,
tell me that. Like I remember the last election when Hillary Clinton seemed to be like stealing. Well, she stole the election from Bernie Sanders, and
yes,
you said, and I told her, bro, just don't vote. Like, why is the meeting on voting
yeah.
if someone just takes the election away from you like that, and especially with a lot of power behind it, and you
Mm-hmm.
said, nah, you don't get it. I don't want Trump to be messing with Putin and stuff like that, and
I
oh,
don't know
you.
what
Oh no, 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 no. I think it was you. You saying yeah, you don't want Russia or you don't want Russia meddling with
the
our things. That's what you
no,
said. Bro. That's what you said. I
I
just
wasn't. I wasn't. I had no care
yeah,
about
you had that
Russia.
Russia fever, bro.
I just I voted because I wanted to support the other down ballot candidates. So I'm just like, even if like Clinton wins, of course I voted for Clinton, but even if Clinton wins, I'm like, you know what? You still have the Congress, you have to still have the Senate, you have to care about. I'm a put try to get Democrats in there too. But the thing is that this time, if it's just straight up stolen, I'm just not gonna give a fuck, because it's like it's no point.
Yeah. I mean, I was like almost like what's his name, um, Jimmy Dore side. I was like, bro, fuck these people or screw them. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I'm not radical, super radical like that, but I'm
Yeah,
very, I share the anger.
yeah,
People
yeah. Of
like
course, like
Jimmy Dore. He's like, why should I care? Why should I give a flying
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I
Right?
understand it. Like I have that anger too,
Yeah,
but I think of it more like, if we're using political commentators, I think of it more like Sam theater, because it's like he's right. There's like other stuff, not just the president. You get me?
yeah.
And so it's like, but I'm not gonna vote at all. I'm gonna just leave it blank. The president's lie. I'm not even gonna care if Trump gets in. That they should have thought about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, they know this is more like a loose ticket
yeah,
of anything.
yeah. And so I probably, I mean, because at the end of the day, See, I want to say Sanders is going to do a third time, but I don't know if he will. To be honest.
Nah, I don't think so. The only way I see him running a third plot is if he wins and he goes for every election.
Yeah,
That's the only way I see this running for a
that's
third time. He's gonna support somebody else, but the thing is, the reason why he stepped in 2016 was because of the same thing, right? Because no one else
yeah. But before
was
we
gonna
get to
do it.
the conversation, I was saying that that's why I think they might give him VP slot
Yeah, yeah,
is that they know if they take it from him, you're gonna have to give people a reason, the people who voted for him especially, a reason to care about the candidate that you put up. And that's a
yeah.
pretty
I think
um
that would not happen just because of the single fact that right now you're doing all of this not to see him anywhere near the picture. And I was like, oh yeah, you're gonna do all of this to then offer him the BP spot, even though we know the
but
vice presidents don't do much.
that's
Uh,
the thing. Like it's like you only have power as long as people kind of give it to you.
yeah,
If you fracture the party, then it's not Democrats are not gonna have power. It's just gonna be Republicans with power. That's it.
yeah.
Like that's it. They're not gonna have anything. They could try.
But
They could pretend they could do, but it'll just be like state races and stuff. They
to
probably lose the Senate and Congress too.
what I think is that if Bernie Sanders gets offered the BP spot after losing against Joe Biden for the nomination, people are just not gonna vote too, because they. I mean, obviously, for everything that has gone until now, the
Yeah,
whole opposition that we have right now from those political leaders on the Democratic side, people are gonna be like, hell no. Like, people call Bernie Sanders a sellout when he then endorsed Hillary Clinton after getting some compromise in some policies here and there, right? But that's after he got a whole fight and he said, you know what, we gotta be Trump. I need to unite, and then he united all the way to the end. But
yeah,
not
but
after we got at least minimum wage, and for Hillary Clinton to kind of sort of endorse giving free education to a certain point. You get me?
yeah,
But
yeah. But
uh-huh.
that's the problem. One of the problems too is that Bernie Sanders has a lot of young people. If they get them disillusioned the system, yeah. Once the older voters kind of like kick the bucket,
Uh-huh.
the generation right after them, I guess Gen X, but Gen X is not the same size as millennials. I think millennials are bigger.
Yeah.
Uh, there a lot of millennials just gonna be like, I'm not gonna go help you guys. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
group. I don't care. Like, in fact, you might see like, because I heard like what the DSA, Democratic Socialists of America,
Mhm.
I heard their numbers skyrocketing, and you might just see eventually the collapse of the Democratic Party if they do that.
Yeah.
Uh, because once the generation is gone, it's gone. Like, and they're gonna tell their kids the same thing, and this is you'll see like this huge wave just drop. Because remember, the Republican Party replaced other parties too. Like,
Yeah.
I think it used to be the Whigs versus Democrats, and then Republicans came with Lincoln,
Mhm.
took it, and then it's been Republicans versus Democrat for a while. There are other ones splashed in every once in a while,
Yeah,
but
yeah, like
it's been much
always. Yeah.
because of those are the presidents that went down in history. That's why.
Mhm.
And so
So
I think it's gonna just alienate the voters,
yeah.
and it might splinter the party enough for a long period of time where Republicans just clean house for a
Yeah.
few
Yeah. Yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So besides obviously Buttigieg and Klovachar endorsing Joe Biden, we got a better word coming out of nowhere and saying, you know what, I think I matter if I give my endorsement to Biden right now. I think right now,
yeah,
obviously, the Super Tuesday is coming up. Texas is for giving out their votes
mhm.
tomorrow, and I think he thinks that by him endorsing Joe Biden, it's gonna make him more literally, I mean, more like legit. But
Yeah. I mean,
people actually going the opposite. It's like, oh yeah, better thing this like he's endorsing helps here, and actually, no, it doesn't.
yeah, that's the thing. Like politicians, even a lot of people in the media, in general, like political media,
Yeah.
they have this misconception that people like them.
Uh-huh.
They have this really really bad misconception that people like them.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't like them. But remember, Buttigieg and Klobuchar is like 0% nationally
Mm-hmm.
now, especially now. Beto O'Rourke had like 5 minutes in the sun, and then he just went back to the cave.
That dude, bro.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, I'm a supporter. It's like no one likes you, so what do you think he's gonna do? It's
Yeah,
like me coming out and say, hey, I support Bernie Sanders,
yeah,
and
yeah. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
bit better than me because he has more name recognition. But
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like
Uh-huh.
it's like these guys don't get it.
Yeah,
It's like
but
does anyone ever pay attention to Marianne Wilson endorsing Bernie Sanders?
who?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. No, but what about Dick Cheney, Henry Kissinger, and George W. Bush coming out of the woods as well, and endorsing Joe Biden,
Well, that's
saying
hilarious.
saying that he
Um,
has a strong foreign policy experience.
yeah, this is if that's true, um, that's a huge red mark against. I guess no pun intended against Biden,
Yeah.
because it's just like these guys are terrible people. Like it's like I said, no one likes these people. Like they're like Bush went down with like a terrible approval rating. I think he had one of the lowest of all presidents of all time.
Yeah.
Everyone just hates Dick Cheney from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, Harry Kissinger, he's a douche. No one likes him.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's it?
I think this.
Yeah.
I think this is a tired tweet, but imagine if that happens. I mean, I would. I don't see why these people wouldn't. I think they would behind the scenes.
I mean, that's the
Uh,
thing.
because that
I
was
think all these
literally
guys.
the kiss of death for Hillary Clinton in 2016, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing about this is that it's like these are politicians. Like,
Yeah.
no one cares. It's and on top of that, they're bad politicians too, and not
Hmm.
even good ones.
Yeah.
So it's like, but the thing is, I think they'll raise a red flag because it's like all these guys are coming out of woodwork for one candidate. And so it's like, what is it about this one candidate that makes them, want to, that makes them want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, where they're gonna think, oh, I think a lot of people are gonna think like, oh, he must be trying to protect the power. At least that's what I get from it.
Yeah.
Other people might just not care. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
maybe I
Mm.
from anyway.
Yeah.
Or worst thing, he could work across the aisle. That's the dumbest thing you could take from it.
Yeah. I mean, he's been. I mean, Joe Biden himself has said multiple times that he could work with other Republicans and he's willing to compromise in other things. I mean, he has compromised most of his life. Even when Barack Obama became president in 2018, 2019, 29, in 2009, right? When he entered
Yeah.
entered the White House, and I think they were negotiating Obamacare, and immediately Joe Biden was like, "Let's compromise." And then Joe Biden, I mean, you can see Barack Obama's face, like, "Bro, you barely sat down, and you want to compromise already?" Because like Joe Biden disagreed with Barack Obama about even coming up with Obamacare. He said, "Oh, you shouldn't do it. It's a joke. I'm against it." So that's Joe Biden right there. Imagine being worse than Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So we'll see what happens. Obviously now with all these like everyone trying to endorse Joe Biden, I'm sure they're gonna be a wave of people doing the same thing, trying to push the way back to the middle against Bernie Sanders.
No, I think they're afraid because I think they're afraid because if you pass Medicare for all, once you open that, well, he already opened the door, but
Yeah, he
once you
opened the door.
pass it, or you give the expectation of being passed, every last Democrat and Republican
Mm-hmm.
are going to have to explain why they want everyone to have health care,
Yeah,
and that's going to be the hardest part
yeah,
because they keep saying it's expensive, it's too expensive, and the problem is all these people are coming out says well it saves you money, which
uh-huh.
means if it saves you money, that means it's less expensive than what you have now.
Yeah,
So you have to explain to the American people why you want to spend more money and not less,
yeah,
and then get better outcomes. That's not you can't explain that except corruption, and I don't think any of them want to do it. That's why they're all like, nah, get Sanders out of here.
mm.
He's gonna tell. The thing is, Trump is accidentally telling the truth about how the system works.
Yeah.
Bernie
He's
Sanders,
doing it on purpose.
yeah, no, Bernie
No,
Sanders
because he's
probably don't.
directing that towards the Democrats. Obviously, we know that he's also involved in that, but he's pointing the light towards the Democrats. Like, oh yeah, we talk about this, but it's over there, not here.
right now. But what I'm saying is that if he gets to the White House, he'll probably expose the entire system, and that's what they don't want. They're like, "Oh, look at all this stuff in the light, blah
Yeah.
blah blah." Because you see the laws that they pass, right? The
Hmm.
things that the Supreme Court pass.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have to tell you who their donors are. You can keep a secret. We don't need people going after them. It's like, why not? Like, why don't you want people knowing who donated so much money to your campaign that you decide to pass their policy?
Yeah.
Why want anyone to know why Betsy DeVos, who has no experience as a teacher at all, is the Secretary of Education? Like, you get me? Like
Yeah.
that. Why
Even though
don't you
we
want them
already
to
know
know that?
why, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. But it's like, why don't you want that in open where you can document it? Because then, people have a reason to not make sure you don't stay in power, and they don't
Mm.
want that.
Yeah. Yeah.